Are you ready for this? Halloween is back! Michael Myers, the babysitter killer that we all know and love, is back on the big screen in 2018's Halloween. I went and saw it last night, and I have to say that was pretty freaking good. There are parts that I didn't necessarily care for, but whenever you watch a movie, there's always those types of moments and scenes that you don't care for. But I'm here to tell you why you should go see this movie and also give a little bit of my own opinion on what I thought about it and my thoughts on what could have been done better, what was really great, or what just fell flat in this movie. And let's just get right into it. Alright, so Halloween 2018 picks up 40 years later after the original movie. So just forget about Halloween 2, Season of the Witch, H2O, all that stuff. Just forget about it, kick it out, throw it in the bin. They never happened. None of it is gone. Just forget it. So we're back to Michael Myers and Laurie Strode back together once more for this just reunion of Stalker and Final Girl. And it was so good. It was so good. In a lot of ways. It was very good in a lot of ways. So, Michael is locked up. Laurie is, a recluse now. She is on her own, and she has turned into a badass. Jamie Lee Curtis plays her character to perfection in this movie. She has turned her house into a fortress. She has big spotlights, like stadium lights that light up her whole house. She has an armory. She has hidden places. She has trap doors and cages and all that stuff. She is prepared. She is mentally and physically trained herself for the escape of Michael Myers, which we already saw it coming, was inevitably going to happen. So, let's move on to there. Michael ends up getting out. There's a bus crash. He escapes. We all knew that was going to happen. And where is he going to go? To find Laurie and kill her. Because, that's his character. He wants to kill Laurie. And he wants to kill anyone who gets in his way. And he won't think twice about killing you. He is so frightening in this movie. I think he's the most brutal I've ever seen him. And every time he was on screen, his presence was just very, very strong and overpowering, in my opinion. And I was just sitting there like, dang, oh my god, this is really happening. Oh, okay, stay away from me, stay back, be gone, go away. And every time that him and Jamie Lee Curtis were on screen together, it was just perfect, because they could play off of each other perfect. She knows him and he knows her. But Laurie seems to know him better than he knows himself at this point. Because there are a few times when she is able to get the upper hand. Whereas in the original, he probably would have had the upper hand without a doubt. But she's just trained herself to be one step ahead of the killer. And I really enjoyed that. So now let's get back to the family kind of ties. So Laurie had raised her daughter in a very, very bad atmosphere, and she has just locked her mother out ever since. I don't blame her. But we also have the introduction of the granddaughter. The granddaughter is probably the weakest link in the family chain, in my opinion. She's kind of just there to be there, and of course, she has her moments with Jamie Lee Curtis, and that I thought were pretty bittersweet and nice, and you just felt kind of good about it. But at other times, most of it seemed like this teenage drama that just didn't need to be there. She had the generic friends of, oh, we're gonna smoke weed and have sex. What are you doing? Are you gonna join us? Well, that was there, and I just didn't like it. And she was just kind of wandering around aimlessly sometimes, which I just thought was really stupid. I was just like, okay, let's move on. And then, the person who directed this movie was David Gordon Green. This is his first horror movie debut, and he has made a lot of comedies and dramas in his filmography. And it kind of shows because there's a lot of unnecessary humor and comedy in this movie that I just could have done without. I really, really wish that they could have just replaced it with more of the story that we came to see. Instead, we got some kids saying some bad words, cops joking about their lunches or something, and just some dumb jokes about crude humor. And I was like, all right, we get it. You're trying to be funny. Yes, it's funny at sometimes, but let's just move on. And with that, I will say that this movie was definitely trying to be its own. It was trying to be original. It had its moments. It definitely had scenes where it had an homage to John Carpenter, who is a master of horror movies. He knows how to build the tension. He knows how to build atmosphere. He knows how to make people feel scared. But this one, it wasn't until that Michael showed up that you really felt frightened. Other than that, it was just unnecessary build-up. And I could have done without that. But you're entitled to watch it and have your own opinions about it. And now I will just say that this was probably the worst movie experience I've ever had. Because, for one, the projection went out. And then the audio cut out. And then I had these teenagers in front of me who were very disrespectful and wouldn't stop talking. And I just really wanted to enjoy the movie, but that's not what happened. And then the icing on the cake, ladies and gentlemen, was this lady who sat about 3 rows in front of me, and she would not stop talking. There's a lot of things that I can stand, but the one thing that I cannot stand when I'm watching a movie is when someone won't stop talking. And she would not stop talking. I was not the only one who was ticked about this lady. There were people beside me who were just saying under their breath, like, shut up, lady, we're trying to watch a movie. And there were times when I just wanted to politely say, hey, could you please be quiet? We're trying to watch the movie. But someone else down the row did that for me, thankfully, because I really didn't want to do that. It stopped her for about 20 minutes, but then she started up again. And I just was very disappointed. I came there as I just wanted to see this movie. I was so excited, and it got ruined because of these disrespectful people. Films are a form of escapism. Yeah, escapism. I came there to escape from whatever has been weighing me down, which has been, simple stuff. But I just want to watch this movie and enjoy myself, and I just did not enjoy myself, and it was kind of cruddy, but what can you do? And you guys are entitled to your own opinions about this movie. I will give this movie a C. I enjoyed it, but there were things that they could have done that I would have enjoyed more. Like the ending. The ending is supposed to be the best part, and they just kind of ran it through the mud. I sat there thinking, okay, it's not over yet. They're gonna jump to a next scene. No, it was a freeze frame, done, that's it. Roll credits. And I just sat there thinking, oh man, that's it? Really? And I stayed till the very, 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 very end, and there was a little something, but I won't say what. But I just wish there could have been more. You guys should go and see it for yourself. It's a very good movie. I really want to see it again just so I can maybe have a better experience and really watch it, like really focus in on it without any interruptions. But we'll see about that. Alright, I hope this was helpful to anybody who's been having some doubts about this movie. I know I said some kind of like iffy things, but really this movie is pretty good. It's a very good movie, and you should definitely see it. But I have my own opinion. You're entitled to yours. Just go out and see it, and have a good rest of your day. Alright. Stay spooky!